I'd like to welcome everybody that's here in attendance to the work session of the Limestone County Commission of December the 7th of 2020. I don't reckon we have anybody with public comment.
We do not.
No public comments. We have no resolutions and orders, and under contracts, agreements, and grants, we have annual accept fiscal year 2020 state Homeland Security grant in the amount of $18,942. Does anybody have any problem with us accepting that? All right. Any discussion with it? All right. No budget revisions on the agenda for today. We have no emergency purchases on the agenda. No board appointments. We have no award of bids. And under personnel action, first on here, and I'm going to try my best to be to approve to hire Malia Sagado Flores, I guess. That's what we're going to go with. Any discussion with her? Joseph, you got any discussion with her?
I just appreciate y'all giving us opportunity to add to our staff.
All righty. Any more discussion with her? All right. So second on here will be to approve family medical leave of absence for Ben Pepper. Request will begin on January the 20th of 2021 and end on March the 3rd of 2021. Any discussion with that? No discussion with that. We'll move on, and the third on here will be to approve to hire Andrew Ryan Mahimic and Corey Devon Ayers as a corrections officer pending a drug screening. Any discussion with either one of those corrections officers? All right. No discussion with either one of those. We have several merit increases on here. Y'all will look over it and see if you have any problem with anybody's name on there. You grunted.
No.
No? Okay. Anybody have any discussion with anybody's name on the merit increase? All right, no discussion. We'll move on to our engineer's report. Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a few subdivisions. We have Legacy Grove Addition 11. This is a major. It is for final approval. We did the final inspection last week. Everything looked good. It's going to create 46 lots in District 2, east side of Mooresville Road, back in the Legacy Grove subdivision. We have Duncan subdivision. This is minor, preliminary, and final. It's creating 2 lots in District 4, north side of New Cut Road. We have Penley subdivision. This is minor, so it'll be for preliminary and final, creating 1 new lot in District 4, quarter mile north of Quinn Road on the west side of Zaner Road. We have Hayes subdivision. This is for a minor, preliminary and final, creating 1 new lot in District 1, south side of Shipley Hollow Road, approximately 200 feet east of Holland Gin Road. We have Tanner Estates. This is a replat of lots 1 and 8. This is minor, so it'll be for preliminary and final. It affects 2 lots in District 3, 400 feet south of the intersection of Stewart Road and George Washington Street. And then the Point, this is a replat of lots 29 through 32, moving some lot lines. So it's minor, preliminary, and final. District 4, affecting 4 lots in District 3, Marina Drive across from Peninsula Drive. So that's all we have for your action. Just to kind of give you an update on our activities. We're working around cold weather and rain, so we haven't gotten a lot done. I think we still have about 3 days, maybe 4 in District 1 to get his items knocked out. Then we'll be in District 3. So we're just kind of working around some cold weather the best we can. The next, on the next agenda, I'm going to add some items to sell. We've got a lot of things that have just kind of been collecting around the shed. A few, we got one good truck that is not any use. It's that old dump truck we were using before we started getting the new ones that are in rotation. But with those items, I'm going to ask that we're able to kind of keep that money in engineering instead of because we've got some other items we'd like to purchase. So instead of us coming back and asking for a budget revision, if we could just keep what we sell that for to be able to purchase those items. We've got a welder we need to replace, and we've got, like to buy an attachment for a broom to kind of have as a backup for a broom, because we've got one that's gone down on us. So hopefully we can make enough off those items selling them that we don't have to come back to you guys and ask for a budget amendment to make those purchases. So, and then, which I don't know, I think that the asphalt zipper, I think, is it considered in engineering for inventory. I think it's out at District 4 right now.
It is.
I know at one time there was a discussion of selling that, but District 4 had been using it, so I don't know if LaDon's got any thoughts on that, whether or not he wants to, if he's got any use for it, or you guys have any use for it. Like I said, I just know that in the past, I can't remember, it's maybe been 3 years ago or so, there was the discussion.
I have no use for it whatsoever.
So if you don't have any use for it, I think it's in good working order right now.
It is.
It would probably be a good time to try to sell it and recoup some money on it while it's still in good working order.
I know last time we checked, it was still in the engineering's department, I mean, a couple of years ago, so it's still
I can
in
add that to
inventory.
the next agenda too, if y'all don't have any issues with that. So, like I said, we're just trying to get some things going instead of us continuing to maintain or let it pile up. So anyway, that's all that I have for you.
All right. Darryl, you didn't give one such new lot this time.
Oh, I know what I mean.
You're the
what's
odd
going
man
on?
out over here. Anybody got any questions for Mark on anything we got?
I believe our paving season's about over.
Yeah, we're just dodging cold weather right now. You're right.
Exactly.
And one thing I would like to do, I'd like to thank Mark and the sign crew. You know, back earlier we had approved to put up some safety signs with our incentive and insurance, and they're out doing in District 3 today. They're doing Neely Curve right now. And I know they have already put up some around, and you know, I think that we can save one life. That's worth it. And I want to thank y'all for, I know we've kind of, things like that we can kind of get caught up on, and thank y'all for doing that for us. All right. Anything else for Mark? All righty. Moving on to other business. We have approved the change of followers from inventory, which will be from District 2 to District 4, which will be a Dodge 2500 truck, which we're moving that. And then on District 4 to the council and agent, which will be a Hyundai. We're going to move the little Hyundai car out there for the council and agents where they can deliver meals. And then for Parks and Recreation, we're moving a 2019 Dodge 1500 pickup to District 2. Does anybody have any discussion with any of these items we're moving around? All righty. No more discussion with that. Under other business, there is something I want to like to add to the agenda or consider for today, and we can discuss it now, I guess. Traditionally, you know, the county has always kind of given another, we've took another holiday if the holidays fell in the middle of the week or something. And with y'all's, if y'all want to, I would like to request us put on there to take New Year's Eve, which will be the 31st on Thursday. We have done this, we've done it the year before last. One reason is, like the COVID virus this year, you know, we've all worked through all of this, and that kind of, you know, we was essential and everybody else had to be here. And if y'all want to add that on the agenda for consideration, or we'd have to do it either this meeting or next meeting.
I'm with putting it on there for this one.
All right. Anybody have any discussion with it? Because like I said, the weather's going to be bad. Our paving crew's kind of held up anyway. So, any more discussion with it?
That'd be fine.
All right. With no more discussion with that, I want to put that on the agenda, on the 10 o'clock agenda for approval, or vote on however we'll go with it. Doesn't matter either way, but just something to consider. So we know have no scheduled public hearing. And we report of officers. Commissioner Sammett, do you have anything today?
I don't have anything at this time, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Sammett. Commissioner Barksdale?
I've got a couple of items, if this is the
Yeah, go ahead.
place to talk to. I've had a lot of folks hit me up on large debris and large item pickup. And I kind of been doing some homework, and I guess that's probably been discussed in this commission before, has it?
Yes, it has plenty of times.
Many times.
So, and my homework, apparently nobody does it but Madison County. Madison County they have their garbage pickup, and then debris and large item pickup, they turn that over to the districts, and each district does that. They charge them $3 a month, and they pick it up one time a month. So I'm not suggesting that, I'm just laying out options. I don't know how big of a problem it is. I imagine it's a bigger problem in District 2 than any of the other districts. Or maybe you, Jason, do you have a lot of people hit you up with it?
I did, but then I just told them that,
We don't-
I
not
told
gonna
them,
do
I
that.
told them the price of employees, the cost of employees, the cost of the trucks. It was just, I mean, we did it one time where we went and looked, and it was into to get the knuckle trucks and all that stuff. It was
Right.
into a couple of $1 million, I think it was, to purchase it, and, you know, $3, at $3 a lick, it was gonna be hard for us to come up with meeting it. I would love to be able to do it too, but right now, in your district, my district, everybody has it, like where they have trees they trim at the end of the year, or shrubbery, or anything like that, but what we end up getting is, if you had that, that would be okay, but you end up getting refrigerators and stoves and washers and dryers, and then that becomes a whole new, now you gotta take that and take it to recycling, and it just becomes, so it would be a great service. I wish we could do it, but at the end of the day, it just didn't make sense when it came to the money part.
Right.
And
But-
that's, I met with Mark about it, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's one of those things that, and I think I'd kind of talked with you and kind of told you, I mean, you're talking creating, almost like creating another department.
Another
I mean,
department.
you just, I mean, to get that many, I mean, you start, and so where you gotta come up with the money, so whether you go borrow it and pay it back, I mean, it's a hard thing to do, so.
Right. Madison, they just do it once a month. The city of Huntsville, they do it weekly, like Athens does it weekly, but the Huntsville districts, they just do it once a month. I think the last week of the month, but you could stagger that where you could do one truck would do one district 1 week, so I don't really know what
You
a
could
truck
make a
and a
district.
knuckle truck,
I mean,
but if you charged everybody $3,
I can't remember, the truck was about 400,000, I think it was.
that much.
Yeah.
I know the truck Athens used to have was pitiful looking. It couldn't have been anywhere close to that.
Yeah, if you can find a used one, that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
But buying it,
Then you replace hydraulic hoses and hydraulic
All
pumps,
that.
because
Yeah.
if you buy a used one of those trucks, they getting rid of it, not because they still love it, it's because they hate it. Yeah.
Wore out.
But that's, I was just doing homework on that. And
that is,
I'll
for
continue.
you, it's definitely an
Yeah.
issue, and I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of those
But-
things, I think when Steve was in office, that was one of his biggest things that people, I mean, because they, I mean, they live in a subdivision, I mean, it's, a lot of times, it's not like living out, I mean, you live on 10 acres, well, you probably got a burn pile out back, you go throw
That's true.
everything in.
That's correct.
And when you live on a 1/4 acre lot in the middle of a subdivision, you don't have anywhere to put it, and a lot of people don't even have a pickup truck to where they
And
can haul it
sometimes
somewhere.
they don't understand because the neighborhood beside them is getting it, because
Because
they're in the city of
they're-
Madison.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they don't, and I've tried to explain that, and then, you know, and it's one of those things where you just, I've had to just be as honest with them as I could and just say, we cannot afford to do it, and that was, you know, as long as we're honest with them, sometimes they understand it a little bit.
And I mean, there's a lot of people probably in your district that would be willing to pay $3
Oh,
or
yeah.
$4 a month.
Yeah.
Ladon's district, they're not.
They
Gonna, I
probably-
mean, they're gonna
they
say, "Why are you
probably
charging me
have
3 or 4
yeah,
extra dollars a month?"
yeah.
So that's the other side of that coin too.
Yeah.
Is
But I'll just share some figures with you. Athens, I think they're like $28. That's for their garbage and large debris pickup. Huntsville is like $16.50 plus the $3 for that. Our garbage rate $12.96. We're one of the lowest around. Lauderdale County's $14. Coleman County just went to $14. They're automated. Is everybody automated in North Alabama except us?
well, that's a contract. I mean,
Contract,
Limestone
yeah.
County is under a contract, so
Yeah.
I mean, the contractor would have to make that decision on if they want to do that. But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to that just because they can't keep the people. I
And-
mean, it's
and
hard
s-
to find personnel.
And it's safer too to have people running back and forth across the
Well,
road.
we
But
don't
anyway,
even have
we
an
can't
inert
designate that.
landfill. I mean, where would you go with it?
On what?
We don't even have an inert landfill.
Yeah, well, he's talking about just garbage in general.
Yeah,
Oh, just-
yeah,
Just
yeah,
them
I
being,
know
that's
about
but I mean,
$20.
but we can't, I
Oh.
mean, I don't think we can designate, or
Oh, I thought you were talking about
designate
limbs.
that, how the contractor goes about doing
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I'll continue to research that, well, I guess as long as people are calling me. And I'd like to thank Mark. I've had a citizens advisory committee. We've had 2 meetings, and Mark was kind enough to spend a little time and come out and talk to us, and I appreciate him doing that. And I think that was beneficial to the people of District 2. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that there's just a lot of things people don't necessarily understand how county government works.
Exactly.
And if you can just explain how it works.
And I think it's important to explain to them the difference between county government and a municipality, the power and authority that the municipality has versus county government. We're kind of like the stepchild, I guess, as far as government authority goes. So I made copies of those, and I just share them with you fellas if you may want to read them or throw them away or whatever.
Yeah, I hand it over to him. Just hand it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Danny.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Danny, I checked in, I even talked with Steve Gatlin about, that service too, and the biggest thing is, like you said, it's $12.95. We are the, cheaper, but, every service somebody has to pay for it.
Exactly.
And that was, and that was the question we always have, is, like I said, this side of the, we operate 2 counties in one, pretty much, urban and rural, and it's kind of a, one side don't mind paying services because they're used to it, but the other side, it's kind of a,
And to tell you the truth, I don't know how we pick garbage up for $3 a week.
I don't either, but we.
You pay $5 for a coffee at Starbucks, so I don't know how they do that, but I guess they do.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Anything else? Is that all you got? Is that all you got, Commissioner Barstow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Commissioner
Thank you.
Black, you have anything today?
I got one thing. We're looking at getting the mileage and the VIN numbers on the trucks ready for auction. If y'all are interested in doing that again, Mark, all 3 commissioners, I need to get the mileage on the trucks and the VIN numbers, and that way we send them to Russ Wood, where we do our auctions, and he gives us our guaranteed price, what they will bring. Sometimes we reach a point that the guaranteed price it's not feasible to auction them off. Sometimes it's where it doesn't make sense not to auction them off. So I need to get y'all's mileage and the VIN numbers. I've got Tom Kilgore is the person that's been doing that for us since I've been in office. And he contacts and gives it to Russ, and then Russ will come up here and look at the trucks and all that kind of stuff. So if y'all could get me on your trucks, just the mileage and the VIN number. That's all I got.
When is the auction? March?
That's on the duck trucks.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's auction in March this year.
It's in March.
I know it.
And we'll have, we've got another company that has really been, pushing for us to look at them as far as the Mack trucks. Both of them are on the state bid list. Both of them are good trucks. The one thing is, on one of the trucks, I'm not going to say the companies, we pay a lot more on the front end. Sometimes you make more on the back end. But, and percentage-wise, it's about the exact same thing, and they've all got their quirks, they've all got their bells and whistles, so it's just whatever you really want to do. It's up to each individual district how you want to do it. We don't have to do it a blanket where we all purchase from the same company. It's just easier to do because when it comes time for auction, we're all on the same page. So we do this once a year. We did it for a while and then stopped because the returns on the trucks were not near good enough to be auctioning them off. I guess it was 2015 we started doing it again, and we really sometimes make money, and sometimes we break even, and sometimes we end up having a dump truck that costs us only a few $1,000s a year. So you can get a triaxle dump truck, cost you a couple $1,000s a year. That's kind of like how in the world we Starbucks costing us $5 a cup, how in the world you get in the dump truck's gonna cost you $150 a month, so that's pretty good. So just that, if y'all get with me on it, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Black. Commissioner Townsend, you have anything to say?
Yeah, all I got is I want to thank the employees out at District 4. You know, since I took office, them guys has really got after it out there. I mean, everything I've asked, they've stepped up and done a good job at it. And I just want them to know, you know, how much I appreciate it. And I've got a lot of good response from the community on the work we've done. And, you know, and I want everybody to know, you know, that those guys have got out there and really put forth a lot of effort. And I just want to know let them know how much I appreciate them. That's all I got.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Townsend. I'll just hold mine till the 10 o'clock meeting, and that said, we'll recess until 10 a.m.